That's cool.
I know we can't hype up the Yankees.
But that's a good moment.
But I watched that. I'm like,
That's cool.
That's a sports moment that you can get behind.
And you know what? I'm going to miss moments like that next year.
Why's that?
Because we might have a lockout, Jim.
Oh, Jim. Ooh, I don't know, Jim. I don't know if I should lock the door or not. One way or the other, it sounds like if you haven't started watching baseball this season, start watching now because you might not get it next summer. And by the way, if you think we're in the dog days of summer by just having baseball, no NBA, no NHL, imagine without baseball, period. I mean, there's something going on at least every single night, it seems.
If you weren't on the Dallas Wings bandwagon yet, you
better hop on.
You would be.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a whole lot of sellouts at the American Airlines Center next year because of it. But you're right, because it is 162 game gap in people's lives. And well, maybe not everybody watches 162 games anymore or listens to them on the radio the way many of us used to. When we were younger, it still leaves in a massive void. And what happens in that void is fandom can turn off. It can turn to other things. Yeah. Baseball was going to be really stuck after the 94 lockout. Yeah. And what they ended up doing is they really turned a blind eye to a lot of the steroid use and led to the steroid era. And it had, to its credit and its detriment, it made baseball unbelievably fun from about like 97, 98, starting with like the Sosa McGuire, Barry Bonds, really all the way up to like what, 2003, 4, 5 when
the last federal hearing was held.
Yeah, the hearings also. Yeah, once you start seeing Mark McGuire in a suit, in a hearing, you're kind of like, this is not as cool as seeing him smack absolute rockets, to the Big Mac sign in left field at at Old Busch. So
I'm sorry, Jonah, finish your thought.
No, that was fine. I don't finish thoughts. I'm a stream of consciousness boy.
I've actually had this exact discussion with a few people lately, including one Dale Hansen, about whether or not baseball has ever recovered from the lost season in '94.
That's interesting.
Well, I think they did.
To paint the picture,
I don't think they did. Not truly.
To paint the picture, that season focused on the salary cap, and it feels like they got nowhere with it. And they lost over 900 games. They canceled the postseason and the World Series in '94 and most of the '95 season before they came back and said, let's start making money again. And then this season, we are starting to see that the owners and the players are at odds over salary cap once again. And it feels like the toothpaste is going to be hard to put back in the tube after you have put together juggernaut teams like the Dodgers have put together with the amount of money that they're deferring and spending. And it's going to be, I think it's going to get nasty. I feel like they're going to really dig in this time. The owners would.
You just can't let people's attention get away from you for that long and expect to get them back. Americans' attention.
Especially in 2026 with the attention spans of humans.
And baseball,
we're the 10-second short generation right now where... Yeah, if you're not on my screen, I'm going to forget about you. And they have to come back. Then they have to come back from that and try to be like, "Hey, we still exist." And it's like, I found something new.
Jonah's not like encouraging a steroid era here, but he's pointing out. Well, maybe he is a little bit. I don't know. Who knows? It was a fun time.
Creatine.
Jonah's like, give me the 550-foot home runs.
500 milligrams of creatine for breakfast.
It was a fun time, but oh god, it was a fun time. But at the same time, there was a lot of. I think there were a lot of players that felt cheated because they weren't doing it. But this is a landmine that comes with a strike.
If they're not doing any testing for a whole year.
Yeah.
If you're a guy that wanted to boost your power numbers, you, in theory, could do it over that span and be done with your, whatever. So it's out of your system for testing.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
It's very possible.
If they have a lockout and we come back in 2028 and guys look like, Popeye,
bald.
You're gonna know.
Can't grow
They're
hair.
gonna work backwards hats.
Where did all this acne come from?
Yeah.
I am what I am.
Like we're gonna come back and look, Evan Carter just looking like.
Oh my!
I'm joking.
Popeye.
I don't think there should be a steroid era. I'm anti all of that, but we cannot.
Just pointing out reality.
We can't not acknowledge that the '98 to 2002 era of baseball was unbelievably fun, undeniably fun
to watch. Yes.
The star power, the home run races. It was fantastic theater. and it stinks because the steroid era and everything that happened in its wake.
The asterisks.
Many asterisks and the guy's not in the Hall of Fame because of it. It's a massive bummer, but we're potentially headed to a similar bubble where if it bursts and you need to get people to watch your product.
The word bubble gives me COVID PTSD.
Drawing walks and playing small ball is not going to be it.
I think the thing you should take away with this is just like the Rangers right now. They are playing so ball. They could potentially get in the playoffs. There's a strike looming.
Maybe.
Just enjoy it right now. Just enjoy the time, even if we're bad.
Time to go to the ballpark.
Wait,
We'll
I
see
can't do that and direct the show, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow on the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show.